All right, let's just dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to be looking at what is, without a doubt, one of the most staggering shifts in human history. We're talking about the incredible story of China's economic rise. It's a narrative that has completely reshaped global markets, trade networks, and international relations. And today, we're going to unpack exactly how it happened. Because, if you really want to understand the mechanics of our modern world, you absolutely have to understand the architecture of this specific transformation. But to really get a sense of the scale here, we need to rewind a bit. Let's take a look back at the year 1980. Because back in 1980, China wasn't just poor. It was economically lagging behind many other developing nations across the globe. This definitely wasn't a country poised on the edge of some massive, obvious breakthrough, right? It was heavily isolated from global markets, severely lacking in modern infrastructure, and frankly, just struggling with foundational economic survival. Basically, we're looking at a largely agrarian society that was really trailing its peers on the world stage. Now fast forward to today, and we are looking at a completely different universe. The reality of this modern economic giant is almost jarring. The sheer contrast between that 1980 baseline and the present day is, well, it's nothing short of staggering. From trailing far behind the developing world, China literally leaped to become an absolute titan. Going from agricultural hardship to constructing these massive megacities with glowing skylines and sprawling financial districts that rival any global metropolis, that is insane. Moving hundreds of millions of people out of poverty and completely restructuring an entire national economy is just a monumental feat. And that brings us to this massive number. Today, China secures the silver medal on the global economic stage. It is the second largest economy in the world. Earning that number 2 spot is this extraordinary story of relentless growth and just sheer ambition. It represents a massive pivot in global power dynamics where a nation has positioned itself as an undeniable pillar of the world's financial ecosystem, significantly influencing global trade and commodity flows every single day. So what exactly is the engine behind all of this? Well, it all comes down to becoming the ultimate global manufacturing hub. Think about it. China manufactures practically everything we rely on today. But listen, this isn't just about assembling basic consumer goods anymore, not by a long shot. This ecosystem spans from the smartphones in our pockets and our personal computers right up to dominating the massive market for electric vehicles and highly advanced specialized technology. We're looking at a deeply integrated industrial-scale production engine that dominates global supply chains. It essentially serves as the factory floor for the entire 21st century. All of this naturally leads us to the big transformation question. Because what makes this shift truly unprecedented isn't just the sheer scale of the growth. It's the incredibly compressed timeline. To go from widespread rural struggles to global economic dominance in essentially the blink of an eye, that completely rewrites the rules of modern economics. Transformations that took Western nations well over a century during the Industrial Revolution, they happened here in mere decades. Which brings us to the ultimate question. How exactly did a country with widespread poverty transform into an economic giant in just a few decades? I want you to really consider the scale and the unprecedented speed of this change. Think about what the mechanics of that rise actually mean for the future of our global industry, technological innovation, and international trade. It's a lot to wrap your head around, isn't it? Thank you so much for joining me on today's Explainer.